As a student of yoga, the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, and Sufism, I'm always exploring life through these three lenses. I also find that the practice of yoga, the study of positive psychology, the knowledge that Sufism imparts to my spiritual health, and the sublime and subtle sage wisdom of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, as it's loosely translated by Lauren Roche in this book, The Radiant Sutras, offers very rich and succulent lens on issues of life. And recently, in a conversation with a client, we were talking about how to manage hurt or despair or a sense of disappointment or a feeling of feeling let down when we encounter that in our lives. How do these wisdoms, what do they impart to us? And what from these various lenses can we use to make the journey a little bit easier on us? As a student of yoga, I inherently believe that moving our bodies is very important. The way that we move our body and the way that we consciously breathe in yoga really allows us to energetically heal the body and keep the meridians of the body clear. Because sadness, despair, disappointment, trauma, they all have a way of finding a home in our body. And movement in the body that allows the body to experience space, to feel stretched, to feel aligned, to just take up space is so essential. It's so powerful. And sometimes just sitting on your mat and breathing is so powerful. It's just giving yourself that moment to come together with yourself, to be with yourself, to own whatever emotions are arising for you in this moment. If I apply the lens of Sufism to an issue of grief or hurt or despair, in Sufism and in most mystical traditions, everything is a gift from the divine. Everything is an invitation from the divine to reflect, to take a pause, to observe, to see, to discover, to peel back what is hurting, where it's hurting, why it's hurting, and to also acknowledge and accept that everything is fashioned by the divine. If you're feeling contracted and you're feeling hurt and you're feeling squeezed by life, that too is a way that the divine is tapping your shoulder and asking you to connect with your own divinity, with yourself, and perhaps to your spirituality. Perhaps it is the divine's way of asking your attention as well, and wanting and seeking that communion. A very simple verse that I have read of Rumi's, Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi's, in several places, says to the thirsty, you think you seek water, but water also seeks you. And by quoting that, I mean to say that when we are aching and longing and looking for answers, the divine is almost tapping on our shoulder and letting us know, welcome back, communicate, talk to me, let me know, ask me so that I may give. Of course, we know that the divine is merciful, generous, Rahim and Kareem, as we say in Arabic. The divine will grant what you desire, if it is in fact the right thing for you and for your journey. But that connection, that asking, that longing, that aching is something that the divine sends us various invitations for from time to time. The Sufis also believe that if sorrow has befallen you, it has befallen you because the divine willed it. I know that all traditions, all spiritual traditions believe that. And so instead of getting angry or upset at people or circumstances or events, we should in fact connect to the source and ask and inquire, why? Why me? Why now? What is it that you want me to learn from this? Where do you want me to go from here? What are you trying to show me, right? A simple line of questioning, or what really works for me, I feel, is journaling. I love to sit down and write and just allow myself to have a complete subconscious stream of expression. That's another thing that really, really helps and is really powerful in connecting and feeling and sensing and voicing my pain. And then from the other river that I drink from, Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, as loosely translated by Lauren Roche, there's a beautiful sutra, which is Sutra 70. And much like most meditative practices, it really invites us to accept, acknowledge, don't escape, don't run, don't try to muffle the drum of pain that is beating inside of you, but really go towards that pain, be with it, sit with it, write about it, sing to it, paint it, dance with it, right? Some of the best art was created in this world from someone's heartbreak, from someone's sense of abandonment, from someone's sense of longing. And so turn your pain into your song and be with it, which is by far a very taxing endeavor for the human being. But nonetheless, that is what the sages prescribe, that the only way out is through. We have to feel it to heal it. So I want to read to you the sutra, and I want you to feel into the words with me. And if you're in a place where you're feeling squeezed, contracted, despair, anguish, pain, hurt, perhaps these words can become a doorway and a light that can show you the way through. Sting of a wasp, sting of a wasp, rip of a nail, a razor's slice, the needle's plunge, a piercing word, a stab of betrayal, the boundary crossed, a trust broken. In this lacerating moment, pain is all you know. Life is tattooing scripture on your flesh, scribing incandescence in your nerves, right here in this single searing moment of intolerable concentration. The wound becomes the portal. Brokenness surrenders to crystalline brilliance of being. There's so much that is said in this Sutra 70. And the way that my mentor, Dr. Lauren Roche, has translated the words of the Tantra and of the Tantra Sutra and given pain voice with words like sting of a wasp, rip of a nail, the needle's plunge, a piercing word in this lacerating moment. Everything about each of these words is depicting the hurt. Pain is all you know. Life is tattooing scripture into your flesh. So acknowledging that, not escaping it, being with it, feeling, even feeling into the defeat, into the hurt, but knowing that meeting it head on is the only way that you will discover the gold in it. It's the only way that you will find strength in letting yourself go, because when you do, you realize that your pain becomes the portal, your wound becomes the doorway towards crystalline brilliance of being. It's hard to do these things, I recognize, and it's not for everyone. But for those of us who really want to understand and decode and demystify when something within is hurting, how can I make this easy on myself? How can I transform this? How can I transmute this? It really helps to stay with it, to breathe. Practicing yoga, moving the body any which way so that nothing gets jammed in the body, so that your conscious breath allows the meridians to keep flowing with prana, with life force, with energy. And if I were to take from positive psychology, I would also add what helps me is journaling and writing down all the pain and how to reframe it. If I'm feeling anguish, I would say, why? And what can I do to not feel the anguish? What is the gift in this pain? What strength do I see in myself when I dive this deep into my own pain? This living is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. But these tools of love and tenderness and guidance and breath and body and wisdom and mysticism are so important. They are our allies. They are our friends on this path. And if from any of these words you find some comfort in what you're experiencing today, then we've helped each other along a little bit.